Governor Scott Walker talks about the year that was, the year to come, and whether he's considering eliminating the state income tax.
That big idea is something the governor confirms his administration is exploring. Good evening. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Michelle Lee. It comes as Walker is set to begin a re-election year. He sat down with political reporter Jessica Arp to talk about the big issues in 2014.
For us, it's really starting very early, more than a year out from the next budget.
Governor Scott Walker, in a year-end interview, tells News 3 he's directed key officials in his administration to begin exploring major tax reform in the next year.
My goal has been every year I'm in office, I want to cut taxes. And so we've seen the overall tax burden in this state drop by about $1.5 billion. We've seen property taxes go down in 3 straight years. We've seen the income tax rates go down. Those are all good things, but they're kind of nibbling, they're chipping away.
That could include completely eliminating state income or property taxes.
Other than the number one criteria is overall taxes have to go down. And along with that, any choice that we'd make for any other sort of reform really should be driven by how big of an impact does it have on job creators. Is this the sort of thing that would help small businesses and others grow? And if so, that's something we want to take a look at.
In other states that have no income tax, they usually have higher sales tax or they have higher property tax. If you look at eliminating either the income or property tax in some way, what other tax would you be willing to raise to make up for that revenue?
Well, that's part of the discussion we want to have from people is, say, the sales tax, as you mentioned. We're blessed with the fact that in this state, compared to many of our neighbors here in the Midwest, property taxes and income tax, unfortunately, are relatively high and have been, but sales taxes are some of the lower ones, at least in the Midwest. And so potentially you could see an increase there if you eliminated something like the income tax or a major chunk of the property tax.
The governor says he wants to have a conversation with voters about the issue, which is sure to happen as he campaigns for re-election. Is 2014 and that election ultimately going to be about whether or not you reach 250,000 jobs?
Oh, I think that'll be a part of it, but I think it won't be just about, if I'm at 249,999, I don't think the masses in this state will say, aha, you're one short. I think what they'll do is look at a series of things. I think that's the choice people have. Which policies will work best? You want to go back to the ones that clearly were not working for the state, or do we want to build off the ones we've done so far and go even further?
But the picture isn't necessarily looking rosy here at the moment. The latest quarterly census of wages show in a year, Wisconsin's still 44th in job creation. So does it look like you will even, come close to hitting that 250,000 number?
There's a lot of different variables out there, and some show us higher than others, some show us a little bit lower, but I think as time goes on, you're going to continue to see us moving up.
That was Jessica Arp there. News 3 also asked the governor about the Open Book website designed to offer transparency in state government spending. While saying earlier this month it may be launched in 2 weeks, the governor now says Open Book won't be operational until after the first of the year.